A 6 a.m. start ensures that we get to the Ardrossan ferry by lunchtime, 1 hour across the water to Brodick, and then half an hour's drive down to the campsite. A long day. .02 in the morning, and we're just setting off for the Isle of Arran. Look who we've just met. Well-known car. You haven't got your call sign on it. We're just going to pop in here for a lunch and then go down to the ferry to check in, hopefully get the earlier one. Yes, we did get the earlier one. We got to the ferry terminal in very good time and joined the rank along with all the other cars waiting to get on. Yeah. Look what we've found here.
Yeah.
Hey up.
Yeah.
And that was rubbish, the first bit of that at least.
That's a B road. It's a B road.
It's a B road,
It's
it's rugby and they'll put the wind farm up and
terrible.
It opened out later, but
yeah.
It wasn't good. Two and a half
And half a rabbit, the back end of rabbit. See the rest of the rabbit can't.
Well, we're on our way on the ferry. It's not a very nice day. You can see a little bit of the island. We're heading for the very left-hand tip of the island as seen here, but everything is shrouded in mist. Not looking good for the weekend. The charity work of the campsite owner, Maurice Dayton, has meant that a new school is being built in a small community in the south of Gambia, which is known as the Isle of Arran Inspirational Nursery School. Back home on the Isle of Arran, during the summer, Maurice collects funds from campers to put towards the project, a very worthwhile project which we urge all members of the Sheffield District Wireless Society to take part in. Full details can be found on the Society's website. Sheffield has long been supporting Maurice in this venture. Back in 2008, the Sheffield Amateur Radio Club operated from the campsite for the Iota contest and presented Morris with a handsome cheque at the end of the contest. Every little helps, even the odd coin dropped in the wishing well.
Wise decision.
I didn't say anything about you breaking the apple tree at the time.
So it ended up, I haven't got a lash up in a 6-metre area. Yeah. But I've made myself a new portable for UKAC.
Earlier that same evening, we set up the radio station in our radio shack at the back of Morris's garage, which he calls Sodom Hall. Let's have a look at what we've put up. Here at the operating position is a Fox Tango DX5000 belonging to John G4LKD, together with an ATU and a computer and a voice keyer. The antennas were to be put up the following day, Friday, when we woke up to a beautiful day, ideal for erecting the antennas. But first a quick look round the campsite. This year none of us stayed under canvas. We used either these wooden pods or caravans or motorhomes. We got a shock when we saw this one parked on the grass, thinking it was another radio amateur, but it was actually Morris, the campsite owner's vehicle. David, M0YDB, and his partner Jane found this lovely pitch with a glorious view out to the Isle of Plada. Last year this was the place where we put up our antennas. Quite a wide grassy area, and we were able to put the antennas exactly where we wanted them. This year that area had been turned into an overflow car park, and we were very pleased when this large camper van moved out just in time for us to start putting up the antennas. These were basically the same as last year, but with an extra fan dipole. They'd all been made back in Chesterfield and brought up in plastic boxes, so the assembly was pretty straightforward and didn't take very long. Here we're assembling the 40-metre ground plane right at the edge of the parking area and just a few feet above high tide mark. The antenna is 33 feet high, but the base of it is 7 feet above ground, enabling us to have two elevated radials, also 33 foot long each. This is a very, very good antenna for long distance working. Both this antenna and the multiband vertical dipole were based around spider poles, each 12 meters long. These are obtainable from Germany at very reasonable cost. To stop the spider pole sections from telescoping into each other, hose clamps were set just above each section join. And once the pole was guyed, it was very sturdy, even in the strong winds you get right by the sea on the Isle of Arran. The antenna was fed with a simple current balun consisting of a coil of coax going through 3 ferrite rings. And now we're putting up the 20, 15 and 10 metre vertical dipole array. This is just a single element on each band. It's not directional, but when these antennas, verticals, are put up by the sea, they often outperform Yagi antennas. Again, this was fed in the centre, this time with no balun, but the coax eventually coming out as straight as we could back towards the shack. Here we're tying off the guys to make sure these antennas stay up for the weekend. Just putting the finishing touches to the 2015 and 10 multiband dipole, which seemed to cause amusement to some people. Due to team member Dave M0YDB having brought up a couple of telescopic Clark masts, we were able to erect our fan dipole inverted V style. By the time we got all these antennas up, there were an awful lot of guy wires all over the place, so we had some hazard tape put around the site to prevent campsite visitors from falling over and hurting themselves. But quite an impressive array from a distance. The antennas all had long feed lines, 120 foot of coax on the 40 metre vertical, 100 feet of coax on the vertical fan dipole, and 60 feet of similar RG58XX Mini XX on the inverted V fan dipole.
Is the frequency in use, please? Golf Mike 2 Alpha Sierra. Is the frequency in use? Golf Mike 2 Uniform 123 Golf Mike 2 Alpha Sierra. Bye for any call. Mike, good afternoon. Many thanks for the call. Our call is Golf Mike 2 Alpha Sierra, Golf Mike 2 Alpha Sierra, and we're operating from the Isle of Arran. My name is Steve, Sugar Tango Echo Victor Echo. Report on the next over from Golf Mike 2 Alpha Sierra. Yeah, okay, many thanks for the call. The roller station's calling, so we'll move on. So 73, thanks for the call. And QRZ, Golf Mike 2 Alpha Sierra. Delta Kilo 5, I think.
He's already started. How did you get that so quickly?
It's only a thin one.
All these empty plates, get something on them and look as though you're eating something.
Christina looking in pain, tired, and exhausted from it.
Saturday morning, just a few hours before the contest starts, and it's getting a bit windy, but the verticals are holding up nicely. Don't expect any problems unless it gets really windy. Sugar, QRZ this frequency, Golf Mike 2 Alpha Sugar, listening. Hello, CQVK, CQVK, CQ Victor Kilo, CQVK, CQVK from Golf Mike 2 Alpha Sugar. Golf Mike 2 Alpha Sierra calling CQVK, Golf Mike 2 Alpha Sugar standing by.
Vertical at the end of this part of the world, it's something you're going to do need to handle, and that's it, I think. Anyway, go on your vehicle, maybe. Hopefully, you're a tip. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the day. Good luck in the project and all. And yeah, I hope the weather stays nice. We have our usual blue sky and sunshine, but it's slightly chilly. Well, slightly, it's 6.9 degrees Celsius outside right now. And late afternoon we may be up at 17, 18 degrees again, possibly. Anyway, about 70 somewhat chilly. Anyway, thanks for the contact, and good luck. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and I'll mention to you if I catch up with you later that I did speak to you.
Yes, phone focus ZS3Y from Golf Mike 2 Alpha Sugar. Yes, my own call is Golf 3 Papa Hotel Oscar G3PHO. I live in the town of Chesterfield. I used to live in Sheffield.
Okay, thanks very much for that, David. I've got a new high headset, just playing with the settings on the 7600 here, just trying to get the best audio out of the set. Yourself?
Yeah, Curso. Okay, best sound threes, Bob, and we'll catch you hopefully in the contest.
Dave M0YDB has got his 2 metre antenna up by now, but the wind's picking up, and the contest station antennas are blowing around quite a bit. But they'll survive the spider pulse.
Hello CQ, this is Golf Mike 2, America Sierra, calling CQ Contest, Golf Mike 2, Alpha Sierra, calling CQ, Golf Mike 2, America Sierra, from Echo Uniform 123, calling CQ and listening. S5 Sugar 58 America London, I believe. Is that Roger? Yes, Sugar 58 America Lima. Very good afternoon to you, or morning. It's still morning here, and you're about 5 and 9. Good signal. Thanks for the call. Name here is John, Juliet Oscar Hotel in November, and we're located from the Isle of Arran, and getting ready for the Iota contest, which will start in just over an hour. So back to you from Golf Mike 2, America Sierra.
Yes, the time has come to start the Iota contest for 2016. It's midday GMT, 1 o'clock local time, and we now embark upon 24 hours of non-stop contesting. Our goals are to work at least 1,000 contacts and hopefully average a rate of 45 contacts an hour, with most of the points coming from working other island stations like ourselves. If we're lucky, we'll get over 200 multipliers, and that should give us a really good score of over 2 million. Ideally, we'd like to make this year the best ever score from a Sheffield group. This operating schedule covers the whole 24 hours and gives the operator an idea of which bands to work when. As propagation changes, usually we start on the highest frequency bands we can while the conditions are good. And then as the night draws on, we end up on the low frequency bands, only to start up on the higher frequencies again the following morning, when the contest works up to lunchtime to finish. Well, a few hours have gone since the contest started. We're just over 3 hours into the contest and we've worked over 150 contacts. A good scoring rate so far.
151 from Echo Uniform 123, QSL. Thanks very much and best of luck. This is Golf Mexico 5, Tango. Delta Lima 9, Delta something Nancy. Can you try again, please?
Alpha.
Delta Lima number 9, Delta Alpha Nancy. Good afternoon. You're 59 number 20, 5920. You're up.
Yeah, Roger, Roger. Thanks for number 20. You are 59153. 153 from Echo Uniform 123, QSL.
Roger, good luck.
Thank you very much. This is Golf Mexico 5, Tango Oscar contest.
We can't overestimate the importance of the second operator who keeps a paper log. Without this, cross-checking of the final log would be impossible.
The Echo Whiskey 4, Echo something X-ray, I think. Can you try again? Yeah, Roger, Roger. Lee Whiskey 4, Echo Golf.
Number 59, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, Roger. Have that okay. Thanks very much and best of luck. This is Golf Mexico 5, Tango Oscar contest. I think there's a Delta Juliet 7. Delta Juliet 7. Please try again.
Who's a couple of stones you've had? 3 sausages.
Yes.
Sausage later, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have enough for 3 each.
Yeah.
Well, how many out? There's 11 of us. How many do you have? You've got 20 sausages.
Yeah, but you get 10.
Roger, Roger. Italy Kilo 1 Radio Golf Tango.
Kilo.
Oh, Kilo. I didn't think that sounded right. Yeah, Radio Golf Kilo. Yeah, 59305 305 Echo Uniform 123. QSL.
Thank you very much. Good luck in contest. Bye bye.
What's my number? What's my number, please, go?
Sorry. You number 70707, Roger.
The Echo America 5.
Echo America 5, Hotel Romeo Victor.
Roger, Echo America 5, Hotel Romeo Victor, you're 5 and 9. You're 501 into Europe 123. Sugar 54 Germany, thanks for that. You're 5 and 9. You're 502 502 into Europe 123.
Roger, 5
Number 34, thanks for that. All the best. QRZ GM5TO. The Zulu station again. I think that's Delta 5 Zulu. Delta 5 Zulu. You're 5 and 9. You're 503 into Europe 123. 224, thanks for that. All the best. Good luck. QRZ GM5TO.
The red eye shift is that period between midnight and early morning, and funnily enough no one seems to want to do it, so I decided I'd take it on and operate CW as being the only CW operator in the team. It was a good opportunity to put a few hours in and pick up some much needed multipliers on the low frequencies. As it turned out to be, I managed to raise the score from 600 when we started at midnight to 900 when I handed it over to Steve G0EAK, and in the process of doing that picked up quite a few multipliers.
One, two, three.
Thank you very much. 59012, Echo Uniform 5. I would appreciate your WAP and the name of the island.
Mike 0.
With less than half an hour to go, the activity is still high and the QSOs are coming in thick and fast here on 40 metres.
Thank you very much. Your 59128 in Echo Uniform 5.
CQ contest, Golf Mike 5 Tango Oscar, Golf Mike 5.
The voice gear in use here was a real godsend in the times of high activity.
CQ contest, Golf Mike 5 Tango.
Now the contest is over and it's time to take down the antennas. We only have a short time to do this on Sunday afternoon before we pack up and get ready to go out for our evening meal. The 11 members of the team were joined by Ed, G3SQX, who is an RSGB contest committee member. He was operating up the coast during the Iota contest and did a solo effort. We're very pleased to welcome him. He'd also been to see us on the Friday when we were setting up the antennas. Before the contest, we set ourselves some goals to work 1,000 QSOs, to average at least 45 an hour, and to work a lot of multipliers worth 15 points each, which meant island to island QSOs, and hopefully to get over 250 multipliers, and maybe make this the best ever score from a Sheffield group, and to do more if we felt up to it. So just how did we get on? Well, the contest was logged using WinTest, which is a highly efficient contest logger. It provides lots of information. Here we can see the rate per hour, and we were very fortunate in being able to run a high rate right through the middle of the night. And the result was that we got a good score. We did work over 1,000 contacts, but we didn't work enough multipliers to get a really high total. But it's not a bad score to start with. So we ended up with 1.25 million points from 1,150 QSOs and 147 multipliers. These are before the logs have been adjudicated. The results will come out in a few months' time. It's Monday morning and many of us have set off for the ferry, trying to catch the earlier one, and so it's goodbye to Arran for yet another year. We'll leave in beautiful weather and have a long 5.5 hour trip back to Sheffield. But it was all worth it. Fantastic time.
get back on Wednesday and have a natter with the rest of the crew. Chiefly GM, I can't get used to it. GM3PHO, not quite maritime mobile, but on the water. GM18QD stroke boat.